Welcome, welcome one, welcome all. um, I am off to my local crystal shop shortly to do a lunchtime meditation there, and so I'm wanting to get into the habit of doing more of these lives, these blooming lives. Doing it here first. The resistance I feel as I go live is immense. You have no idea. Just as well I have my fairy wand. So light a candle, light some incense, kind of mark the moment as for yourself. While you do that, whilst you get some matches or whatever it might be. Today at the shop, I'll be working with the crystal. This is covering a multitude of sins, by the way. This right. We are working with the crystal clear quartz, which is a crystal of infinite possibilities. And I don't know about you, but some days I can feel wildly expansive and feel like anything is possible. I feel connected. Everything is working for me. All is well. Even when it feels, things are challenging, there's that sense of it's all for my greater good. And then there are other days where I can collapse back into old patterns and the old storylines, the ruminating, the worry, the anxiety. And really coming to those kind of rather more expansive states, sometimes we need to clear out some of the gunk within. So we need to kind of shine a light on the unconscious stuff. And that's what I am passionate about. That's why I love NLP. One of the reasons why I love NLP is it's kind of fantastic for that. And in order to kind of shine a light on the unconscious, which is running the shop, isn't it? I think we all know that by now, that the unconscious mind is running 95% of our life. And so the more light we shine on that, the better it is. But that sometimes takes radical honesty. And this is something I was doing just last night. Actually, I was writing down all the ways what some hidden aspect of myself is wanting to experience the scarcity, the scarcity patterns. And I wrote down 10 things, and I'll just kind of mention a couple of them because it might help us kind of to understand what I'm talking about here. So I wrote down the thrill of being the underdog, the kind of the rising from the ashes, the safety of not having to choose. A big one for me because obviously the more money we have, the more choice we have, and I might choose wrong, and that was a huge thing in my former religion. To choose wrong would mean to be shunned or to die at Armageddon. So a lot of unconscious gunk there. What else did I write down? I get to stay relatable. The poorer I am, I get to stay relatable, and she's a good egg, Sue. She understands. Yeah. She's like, one of us, all of that. There was something else. I wrote up down 10 things. That's the idea. I've done this numerous times with health challenges in the last kind of 5 years too. Where is the underlying unconscious kind of point where this is helping me out on some level. And another big thing for me was I experienced narcolepsy throughout life, and so I believe that the narcolepsy was my kind of way out of existing in such a high control, high demand religion. So all of this, and it takes radical honesty. And what I loved, just before we go into meditation, one of my favorite books I read this year, partially read, fessing up. It was Existential Kink by Carolyn Elliott. I don't know whether you're familiar with that, but she suggests, and I love this, she says to suggest to increase our self-honesty, it can help to strongly imagine that the don't like situation will be utterly and completely removed from your life in just 1 month, as if by some kind of magical, miraculous hand of God. And since the don't like situation is going to be inevitably totally removed anyway, then that allows us to kind of move into a state of more kind of softness, of relaxing around it, so that we get to be curious about the underlying stuff, about the all of the unconscious gunk. So I love that, because I think we as the human self wants to kind of label things that this feels just shit, I hate this. And then I've just had a low battery alert on my iPad. I hope I've got enough enough battery. We want to kind of label things, and yet the moment that we kind of think this is neither good neither bad, for our divine self wants to experience all of the things. That's another thing that she says in Existential Kink, that the scarcity, the sickness, the grief, the pain, the loss, they're all fascinating, worthwhile experiences that the conscious ego personality likes to judge as wrong or bad somehow. And that's that's why I love these kind of NLP meditations. We kind of just get to shine a little light on more of the unconscious stuff. If I was doing this as a one-to-one, a full parts integration session, it would take about an hour. So we're just getting a little taster of that here. So I am going to go and get my battery, though, my charger, because I would hate for us to kind of drop off. So go light a candle, incense. Sorry, this isn't good, is it? My hearty apologies. And because one of those holes in the desk where you've got to find the Well, if you weren't stressed out coming to this, you are now. Right, so okay. So also just a couple of points to remember here. If at any point during any meditation, not just mine, but it feels too uncomfortable, it's okay. We're I love a bit of kink, but I'm not handcuffing you to my meditations and getting the whip out. It's you can open your eyes, you can go and make a cup of tea, you can come back to it. That's really important to remember. And also, when I was talking about the unconscious stuff, just always worthy of remember, we're not in the kind of blame territory here. We're not that I'm choosing this, you're choosing this. We're talking about the unconscious. We're not, it's kind of that stuff we're not even aware of. So we're not going into kind of blame territory here. That's really important. So, nice long sigh out. We can just settle in. You can shut down your eyes if that feels safe to do so. And let's just take 3 nice conscious breaths into the belly, filling the lungs. A nice long, slow exhale out. And again, filling the belly, down into the belly, the lungs. A nice, long, slow exhale. And final time. Nice, long, slow exhale. And you can just let your body start to settle. You can lengthen your spine. You might notice where the tension is I've got a bit of a grip of you today. You might imagine yourself in your favorite happy place. That might be the beach or the forest. Maybe you hear your favorite sounds from that place. It might be the seagulls or the wood pigeons in the forest, the sound of the waves. And then I'm just going to invite you to call to mind something that is just tugging at your energy today a little. Not going for the deeply, traumatic stuff here. We're just being very gentle, and we're just a situation or a frustration or something that's a bit heavy today. Maybe you're wanting to tell a family that you won't be there for Thanksgiving or Christmas. You want to go on a hike instead. Or maybe you've looked at your bank balance today and that's left you with a heaviness. It's just a general feeling of just kind of overwhelm or anxiety. Just gently call that to mind. And then I invite you to place that in one of your hands. You can have your hands held up or just on your lap even, just kind of facing upwards, and choose which hand you would like that to go in. Is it your left? Is it your right hand? Where would you like to put that energy, that kind of, I do not want this experience. The one that, the kind of that feeling of that part of you that wants to reject it, resist it, get away from it, change it, destroy it, or that feeling. Put that energy in one of your hands, either left or right. Not the problem itself, but the energy of, I hate this. This sucks. I want this to change. And just put that in your left or right hand and just notice whether it has a texture to it or a metaphor or a colour. Just notice it sat there in one of your hands. And then in your other hand, you're going to put the energy of that kind of unconscious, secret, kind of strange, weird energy that on some unconscious level is needing this experience or this anxiety or this frustration. Maybe it's because there's a lesson under there. Maybe it's old patterns and wiring. So you're just going to now place that energy in your other hand. Not because it's good or nice, but because there's something about it about you that finds it fascinating or familiar. And we can become very, very familiar with these kind of old ways. So now that's now sat in the other hand. And again, just take a moment to observe it, its texture or its weight, colour. Maybe there's a metaphor. And on some level, that will be wanting to protect you. Perhaps it's done that for many, many, many years. So we can just honor that. You might even whisper softly, thank you. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for wanting what's best for me. Both parts deserve to be seen. It's not about making one part wrong and one part right. Both parts deserve to be seen. And that's where there's often a softening. There's a little bit of dissolving goes on. And now I invite you to imagine the clear quartz crystal. And if you think, I don't know what a clear quartz looks like, that's absolutely fine. You can imagine a light of your own imagining. Maybe it's more of a golden light. Clear quartz represents infinite possibilities, which often comes through wholeness. And that's really what we're wanting to be more of today. Can invite the parts to a place of more wholeness. So you can imagine this clear quartz or this light between your two hands. And maybe you sense its invite to put the hands closer together. If there's resistance there, that's fine too. It's all just good to observe and note. There's nothing good or bad here. Even if you're not seeing energies in your hand, that's fine too. It's all good. It's all raising awareness in very, very subtle, gentle ways, and that's a good thing. So if your hands are stepping closer together, not to change each other, just to kind of see each other, to thank each other. Maybe you put your hands to your heart. There's a more of a shared understanding or awareness than there was a few moments ago, perhaps. And just notice if anything begins to shift or soften. You can softly say, I honor this, the part of me that wants this situation of frustration or feeling to end. And I also honor the part of me that is in some way getting something from this. They're both welcome. That light, perhaps in between the two hands, kind of integrating the two parts. And merging them not for answers or perfection, but just for more truth. which brings greater clarity. You might whisper that you're willing to receive the lessons that are underneath this, or the wisdom that's underneath this. You can thank the parts, you can thank yourself for sitting here with this. With more clarity comes greater possibility. And rub your fingertips together to kind of come back to this present moment. Feeling the ridges, feeling the temperature in your fingertips. Take a nice deep breath. Long exhale out. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. And I like the idea that if we were shining even just 1% more light on our hidden stuff, the unconscious kind of, where we're operating from on an unconscious level. I like the thought, if we were just shining a light on that just by 1%, each day, where would we be in, a few months' time? It's those little shifts, just very, very subtle little shifts that all tally up over a long period of time. Don't have to be big, huge releases. It can be the incremental thousands of shifts over a period of time that we build capacity to, deal with life. So thank you so much for meditating with me. If you would like to delve deeper, anyone listening to this, and do the full, if there's anything that's come up that's, raised curiosity there, and we can do a full session together with this kind of parts integration, please reach out. I'm also offering personalized meditations around about 20 minutes for just £5 at the moment. You can email me a few things and I will send that out to you by voice note. Any fears around public speaking, either delivery or fear, please again reach out, and we can set something up. But other than that, she'll waft my magic wand your way. And thank you. Bless you. Have a beautiful, magical day. I never like naming the people who are on the call in case they don't like that. But thank you for being here. And I shall post this out later on. Ah, bless you. Mwah. Have a beautiful one.